Jothimani, I want to ask this question to the Congress because that's one of the points that came out strong in the government briefing, and we will hear that in Parliament when the debate on Manipur happens. That when in 1993 there was violence between the Naga and the Kuki communities at that time, 700 plus people died, 350 villages uprooted. It was the Minister of State for Home Affairs who replied in Parliament. And it was only the Minister of State for Home Affairs, Rajesh Pilot, who went to Imphal, apparently only for 3 hours. This from old government files, 2 hours meetings at the airports, 1 hour at the Chief Minister's residence, and then he came back. In contrast, Home Minister Amit Shah spending 3 nights in Manipur, Nityanand Rai, the Minister of State for Home Affairs, spending 22 days. The government using that to suggest that their response has been far more proactive than any Congress government in the past, and therefore the Congress doesn't have the moral authority to ask this question. How do you respond to that? Jothimani.
See, Rahul, this is not the time to politicize the issue like what BJP is doing. We want, the Congress, the India Alliance, wanted the normalcy has to be restored as early as possible. The peace has to prevail in this beautiful land. See, Rahul Gandhi ji has spent 3 days in Manipur. We all went there. We have seen what happened exactly there. See, they're nowhere in the past. The government of the day, the Chief Minister himself was accused of being part of the conspiracy by the ruling party lawmakers themselves. They also said Prime Minister as a misplaced priority. So far, the Prime Minister is conspicuously maintaining a silence regarding the Manipur violence is concerned. He, after 2000 hours of silence, he spoke for 30 seconds in general about sexual crimes, rape against women, which is very much disappointing. As our sister rightly pointed out, there is a deep trust deficit. The Prime Minister of the country has to understand the situation in Manipur, and he has to assure the people of Manipur that I am the Prime Minister of the country, I am the charge of the
who in the government
nation,
response
is
something that the government should decide according to government sources. And they're also citing the fact that the Minister of State for Home Affairs is the one who replied when something much bigger. Right now there have been 150 deaths. It's never fair to compare deaths, but at that time there were 700 plus deaths, and at that time it was the MHA Home Minister of State for Home in MHA who responded on your behalf.
Rahul? See, I don't think any time in the past, irrespective of the party in power, any Prime Minister can be silent like this as if the state called Manipur doesn't exist in India. He is speaking a hell lot of things, especially in the time Manipur is burning. People are dying. As per the government record, around 160 people has died. 60,000 people has been displaced. The woman, the Chief Minister himself said actually after the heartbreaking video, Chief Minister himself, Manipur Chief Minister himself said there are 100 such incidents happen in such a very, very dangerous, very, very concerning situation. So why don't Prime Minister open his mouth? Why is he silent when the government of the day, government of Manipur, the Chief Minister himself is accused of part of the conspiracy? That is our concern. Then by keeping the silence, Prime Minister is supporting the Chief Minister who is accused of part of this violence.